Hello and welcome to Vision Psychic Hotline on YouTube. This is going to be a general reading for Aries, the sign of Aries, running from March 21st through April 20th. And this is a general read. Doing something a little bit new, and we are going to see how it goes. I'm going to basically read for multiple groups within Aries, because obviously not every Aries is going to have the same experience. So this is a new way of spreading the cards for me when I'm doing general reads, and let's see how it goes. Spirit, thank you for messages for Aries, the sign of Aries, from February 10th through March 10th, 2018. Thank you for the messages for Aries between the months of February 10th and March 10th, 2018. Thank you for the energies for Aries between February 10th and March 10th. Thank you. So, right off the bat with Aries, first card up on the bottom of my deck is the Hermit card. Now, anytime you see the Hermit card, the first thought that pulls out to me is basically that somebody's been spending a lot of time thinking, reflecting about something. And the Knight of Pentacles, it feels like something that's been a long time coming, or something that feels like it's just been stuck. In this particular deck, all the knights, there's 4 of them, and they're all on horses. But the Knight of Pentacles is a little bit different than the other knights. And the reason being, as you can see in the picture, the horse, it's standing still. So the horse represents the action of something coming forward, but the horse is standing still. So it may feel like whatever it is that you're wanting to find some information out on, it's just something that's been taking a long time to manifest. So that's the first card out. Knight of Pentacles. And we will try to get the camera to pick up the colors a little better here. So you're crossed by the 3 of Wands. So once again, this is a card about waiting on your ships to come in. It's waiting for something to materialize that you've been waiting on. This card basically denotes that you've got expectations of something happening. And so this is saying, yes, you've got ships coming in, Aries. Something that you've been waiting on. So, crossing card, 3 of Wands. Third card out in the foundation of your cross is the Ace of Wands. Now, this is Ace of Wands represents a new beginning. Any of the aces that come out, I always see them as being something that has strong potential. And of course, that potential is going to be reflective of what you're putting into a situation. So, it does look like something new is beginning for the sign of Aries, at least a small group of them, and that is the foundation. And into the recent past, we've got the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands. You can see this guy standing there. He's got one pole in his hand. There's eight rods that are already in the ground, planted, ready to go, and he's trying to figure out where to put this last one. And you can see on his face that he's a little frustrated, a little bit worn down, trying to figure out, okay, if I place this last rod, am I done? So this is basically telling me there's been some hard work getting to where you're at. You've got a lot accomplished, and you're just trying to figure out where to put that last post. So that is why we've got that Ace of Wands sitting in your foundation, because that's that final post. It's kind of like saying, yep, I'm ready to get things moving. Perhaps you've been trying to get a business off the ground. Perhaps you've been you've started some kind of a project, and you had a bunch of groundwork that had to be laid. And so now you're just about ready to get things moving. Now, into the crowning of your cross, we have the 8 of Cups. Now, the 8 of Cups, oftentimes people see this as a card of letting go. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that you're letting go of this new beginning. It can be letting go of the obstacles that have been keeping you from getting there. So, I also look at this card as being a symbol that represents taking things to the next level. Once again, here you have 8 full cups in front of you. And this to me represents what you already have in life, what you already have in your situation. That you've got 8 full cups, but the cycle is 10, 1 through 10. And so there's still 2 cups missing here. And this person's on their way out into the world to look for it, to try and fill in the last 2 spaces here. So the 8 of Cups, forgetting, letting go, taking things to the next level in search of what it is you need to fulfill or complete the picture. So the next card out is the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess, for me, this represents things that are unknown. And so, I look at this 8 of Cups here and I think, yeah, you're in search of the missing link. You're in search of what's missing. And to me, the High Priestess represents those things that are unknown coming to the surface so that you can integrate and move forward. The High Priestess also represents your intuition. It represents basically the things that are in between the black and the white. You see the pillars, the black and the white pillars. Most of this world runs off of that idea that everything is black and white. There's nothing in the middle. But yet, I like how that cross on her robe there sits right in the middle of the black and white, and the cross representing the crucifix where Jesus was crucified for everybody's sins to give them everlasting life. And so Jesus being something that we have the stories of, but we don't get to see right in front of us. So kind of pulls me into that idea. Jesus and Mary and everything that we hold close to our hearts in our faith. Things that are unseen. So for me, again, this is things that are unseen or unknown coming to the surface so that they can be integrated and you can move forward. So this is also probably meaning that for a lot of you, you're going to go from this video on to another video. I get this card a lot when I'm reading for other psychics, the High Priestess. So that could be the case. You could be moving onwards after this video to look at another video from a female. Okay, so that's your cross. And so these are the base energies for group number 1. And so again, I would say that this is somebody who has been waiting on something to happen for some time, and it has felt like it has been barely moving, but you've put a lot of work into it, and you're ready to go to that next level. So here come, the things that we need to figure out or understand in order to make something happen. Okay, so that's group number 1. These are short little guys, short little readings, but I want to be able to get in a few different groups because, of course, these readings are not going to resonate with every single person. And if I'm only doing one reading for each sign, leaving a lot of people out. So, Spirit, let's take a look at group number 2 for Aries for the dates of February 10th through March 10th, 2018. February 10th through March 10th of 2018 for Aries. What are the energies coming in for group number 2? Group number 2 of Aries from February 10th through March 10th. What are the energies for the sign of Aries, group number 2, from February 10th through March 10th, 2018? And thank you for your guidance, compassion, and divine wisdom. And on the bottom of the deck, we've got the 4 of Cups. For me, when I see this, I always think of a blessing that's trying to come into our lives, but we're just not recognizing it because we're too fixed on what's in front of us. Here's this hand coming down out of the clouds, trying to bring you a cup, and this person is down, they're depressed, they're focused on what's been in front of them, and they're just not content. They're bored. They're just not where they need to be right at the moment. But, you know, every moment is a good moment and is always trying to show us something. So hang in there. Let's see what's coming for group number 2. First card on the table. Once again, we've got the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups, again, wanting to move on to higher ground, wanting to find the missing cups. What is it that is bringing this lack of contentment, this boredom? Whoops, there we go. So here we are with the Eight of Cups. We're moving on and upward in order to find the missing cups. So first card on the table, Eight of Cups. I'll work with the camera as we go on. I did some videos last year, but they didn't stick. I didn't get things moving. We had a lot more to do with our website, and so now we're getting started again, and here we go. So Eight of Cups, second group for Aries, and it is crossed directly by the Five of Swords. And you can see this guy has won a battle, and the people that he has defeated are walking away. Now, I also consider this the Pride card. So if you've been in a situation and you handled the situation a little bit, you know, a little too pridefully, then it is possible that you could have some people walk away from you. So you want to be very careful about how you handle your success. You know, I look at this, the Eight of Cups, and I think to myself, yeah, you know, this person's, they've done a lot, they've got a lot accomplished, and they are ready to go to the next level. And this just tells me that there may be those that, you know, they don't like seeing you successful. They're having a problem with your success. Now, I also consider this, in some cases, the victory card, because obviously he's won a war, he's won a battle, and he's collecting the spoils, collecting their swords, and moving forward. So, one of two ways. This can be victory or success over a situation, and this could definitely, with the Eight of Cups, mean that you're moving on to victory, because this is the energy that's basically coming in, the energy you're going to experience as a result of what you're doing. And you're moving forward, moving on to find those other cups, to find fulfillment, and you will be successful. So, into the foundation, you have the Two of Cups. That's beautiful. So the Two of Cups, in this particular situation, this can be about a couple, somebody who has been waiting for something to happen between them and somebody else. And looking at the first two cards on the table, the Eight of Cups and the Five of Swords, you may have invested a lot into this partnership, into this romance, into this other person. And the Eight of Cups can represent that you're ready to take this relationship to the higher level, take it to the next level, maybe commitment, maybe moving in together, we'll see, perhaps marriage. But this is definitely a couple that has a deep appreciation for each other on multiple levels. It's not just physical, it's not just intellectual, it's not just spiritual, it's multiple levels of appreciation. So that's in your foundation. And so this is obviously for a group that has partners involved. Now, here's a little issue here. The card of the moon. Not only do I find this to be a card that represents your intuitive nature, but for me, in my readings that I do professionally, when I have the moon come up and it's got other symbols that have the number 3 in them, I look at this as three-party situations, or a situation where a third party has somehow affected the relationship. Now, with that Two of Cups, that might mean that you are getting involved with somebody that may have been in a relationship, and that situation is going into the past. So the three-party involvement is moving off into the past. So let's see. And you have the King of Pentacles coming up into the crowning. And the King of Pentacles is typically an earth sign male, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. This can also be a symbol for a man who owns his own business. This can be a woman too. Obviously, there are feminine and masculine in both sexes. So we'll try not to pay too much attention to gender. But this is somebody that is either successful in business, somebody that is very slow, methodical, somebody that guards himself a little bit. Not always, the first person to show his cards. Notice that he's kind of got his heart over his chest, over his heart. To me, that's somebody that does guard themselves a little bit. Okay. Now again, this can represent Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn as the King of Pentacles. Again, male or female. Don't get hooked on either one, just whichever one applies. And again, this may have been somebody who was in a three-party situation that is no longer, and they've chose you. You were victorious, waiting out what this person was going to do. So there they are. Into the future. Boom, we've got the Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man for me. Another card of intuition. Both the card of the Moon and the card of the Hanged Man, for me, both represent piercing the barriers of limited consciousness. And that's what's coming up into the near future. Now, the other thing, the other meanings of the Hanged Man, you can see that he's hanging by one foot upside down with his hands tied behind his back, but there's illumination. You can see how it's all lit up around his head. It's like he sees the situation clearly, but there's nothing he can do about it right at the moment. So perhaps this situation in the past, the third party, it's still breaking apart, and so you're still waiting. But, again, according to the cards, we have a victory coming. Now, if we read that Five of Swords as the Pride card, this could be somebody who's wanting to walk away from a situation because this other person, the King of Pentacles, has got somebody else, and he's not choosing between the two. Somebody that's just kind of playing the field and not ready to, dedicate himself to any one person. And you might be getting frustrated and saying, hey, enough's enough. I'm done with this situation, and I'm walking away from it. I'm not going to be a third wheel. For a lot of people, that's the way it is. There's so many people out there, there are so many different patterns. It's hard to say which pattern you're in, but that covers a few of them right there. So, into the near future, we've got the Hanged Man. This tells me that you're going to basically have everything on the table in front of you. You're going to see things clearly, but your hands still may be tied as far as knowing what to do next. So, that is group number 2. And let's do one more here. Thank you, Spirit, for showing me the energies for group number 3 in Aries for February 10th through March 10th, 2018. Thank you for showing me the energies around Aries from February 10th through March 10th for group number 3. Group number 3, energies for Aries between February 10th and March 10th, 2018. Thank you for your guidance on the energies for Aries between the dates of February 10th and March 10th, 2018. Thank you. And we have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Now, Knight of Swords, as you can see, there's one of our knights. And this knight, he is rushing in. He is rushing into battle. Definitely has got something that he's got to get done. And he is moving. Now, the Knight of Swords sometimes can be a little abrasive, a little bit too assertive for other people, because this guy's got an agenda. He's got something he's got to get done, and he ain't going to let anybody get in his way, he or she. And so that's the energy of this third group, the overall energy. Wanting to get something done and not taking no for an answer. Basically just charging in. So that's the energy group number 3. And let's see what the situation is. First card out, King of Pentacles. Now, when I look at the King of Pentacles and I think about what's going on with this first card, Knight of Swords, it tells me that somebody may be trying to get something off the ground, creating a business, something like that, looking for financial security. Okay? And so, the King of Pentacles can be queen or king, doesn't matter. And the king. This guy, again, somebody who has put in the work. They are slow, methodical. They look at everything. They cross all the T's, dot all the I's, and very good with business. Now, this, again, a lot of common themes in the 3 groups. And with Aries, it's no surprise. Aries, very, very, very self-motivated, full of fire, and don't get in their way. They want to accomplish something, don't get in their way. So, I would say that, again, this is something having to do with financial security, starting a business, something along that line. So let's see what's going to come up crossing the King of Pentacles. And we have got the Four of Swords. So this can be a time where you've just been basically taking your time, thinking about all the things that you need to get done in order to have a successful endeavor. And that's where you're at. You're in a time where you're doing a lot of thinking, making sure that you've thought about everything before you go rushing in. Okay, so it's a time to just make sure that you've thought about everything and you have a good, clear picture of what it is that you want, what it is you're trying to manifest. So, into the foundation. Into the foundation. Okay, 10 of Wands on you. The 10 of Wands tells me that there's been a lot of work, there's been a lot of stress, a lot of pressure put on you as a result of what it is that you're trying to do, that you're trying to achieve. And it's also representing the end of a cycle, the number 10. And so the hard work is just about done. All the hard work it's taken to get to this first step and to get moving. And so you are just about to start a new cycle. And again, this just represents you've been under a lot of pressure, your hands are full, and you're almost there. You're almost there. You can see the peak there in the up there in the distance, and so you're almost to your destination here. So hang in there. Let's see what's coming from the past here. Very interesting. So you got the 10 of Cups in the recent past. Now I would look at this again, the number 10, completion of a cycle. I would also say that this particular group, there could be a few of you that are leaving a marriage. There was a lot of pressure, a lot of stress in the marriage, and I would say that it's a possibility for a few of you to be leaving a relationship. Again, there was a lot of pressure. There was just, things were not very happy. Okay, a lot of stress in this family for these few, but they are moving on and starting life again. So that could be a few of you. And let's see here. I can also look at that card as meaning that from the past, you have family coming in, or you have somebody like the King of Pentacles, which was the first card out. This person may be coming back into your life, and so that would be a great thing too. But the 10 of Cups denotes that this was a very happy family, or that it was what you were wanting in the first place, what you wished for. What you saw as being happiness. So this can be somebody coming back from your past, and again, the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. So let's see what's into the crowning of your cross. And you've got the Ace of Cups. How nice. Ace of Cups, new love, strong potential for new love, okay? Beginning of love, joy, and happiness. That's coming into the crowning, which is what's most likely to come into being. Again, this is group number 3 for Aries. And again, this new love could be the King of Pentacles or Queen of Pentacles. And so, somebody from the past. Okay. So somebody may have left a marriage or relationship in order to start a new relationship with this King of Pentacles. Lots of different ways it can go. But I would say that, again, you're ending a cycle and starting one at the same time. And so it does feel like, again, new relationship coming with somebody who's very stable, somebody who's in business, somebody that is a little bit guarded, but somebody who gets the job done, somebody who is you can count on them. They're dependable. They get their stuff done. And so I want to say that that looks really good. Again, the king can be a king or queen. Again, based on the fact that we're all slightly masculine or slightly feminine. And so the cards reflect that. So again, this could be male or female. Earth sign, somebody who owns their own business, somebody going into business. And so that looks good. Let's see what else we got here. And into the near future. 6 of Cups, once again. All right, this is a symbol that represents from the past will come your happiness. Now, this can be just thinking about somebody from the past, or it can be an actual get-together, coming together over the phone. It doesn't matter, but it typically has to do with somebody that you had feelings for in the past that is coming back in. So, that's where we're going to end off with group number 3 for Aries. It does look like there is somebody from your past that you're thinking about, reconnecting with. And again, this was a loving relationship. This was somebody that you had deep feelings for, which we got a lot of that in the spread here. The 10 of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the 6 of Cups. And so I want to say, you're in the mode right now of thinking about this person and trying to figure out what you're going to do next, where you're going next, and you're about to get started. The Ace of Cups into your crowning, that is saying new beginning is coming, and it does show that it's love, some kind of love relationship. So hang in there, Aries. You're almost there. So that is 3. I think we're going to end there. So that's 3 groups of Aries. Again, this isn't going to resonate for all Aries, but hopefully we've covered a good portion of the group that's going to be viewing the video. Again, my name is Tristan with Vision Psychic Hotline. These are general readings for entertainment purposes only. And we are just about to launch online at www.visionpsychichotline.com. For all the readers out there on YouTube, we would love to chat with each one of you individually. We have been watching lots and lots of your videos, checking out, who we'd like to bring on board. And if you'd like to talk to us about coming on board with Vision Psychic Hotline, so you not only have your clientele here on YouTube coming to you, we also have a company we've been working on for 3 years, and we are just about to launch. We do have somebody that's doing search engine optimization, and we are just about to start taking in calls. But we would love to have a bunch of the YouTube readers join us so that they have an extra avenue for clients. So if you're interested, please send me an email at tristanshouse@live.com. That's tristanshouse@live.com. TRISTANS house at live.com. Thanks, Aries. Have a great month.